Back 7:38 on a Monday morning. If you think that we're out of breath, it's because it's tech talk and we're just dying to talk about this next subject because it's, again, artificial intelligence. ChatGPT, they're on the 4th version of this. What's happening now, Chris? You found out some pretty cool, Chris Rader of Rader Solutions. Excuse me about that.
That's fine.
So what kind of interesting stuff are you seeing that's happening now?
So with ChatGPT 4, I read that it'll do things like take the bar exam, right? It wasn't the actual bar, but it was a simulation. And the regular ChatGPT was in the bottom 10% of those that scored, but ChatGPT 4 was in the top 10%.
Wow.
Think about that for a minute. And this all became available to us in November. So it's continually progressing. And the same thing, we talked earlier during the break about an accounting. Can you imagine if at the end, during the year, you scan all of your receipts and you provide your financials and put them in the ChatGPT, and it does your tax return, but it does it better than your accountant?
I mean, that's pretty cool. But obviously, right now, you might want to still use that account because they're still figuring out things here. You don't want to get like a hallucination is what they're calling them, and then all of a sudden you got some tax problems.
Hallucination, again, is when the chat returns information to you, and that information is not correct, and it would cause a nightmare.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this, is that all of this has not been really tested long enough for us to validate everything that's true within it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So I like this one too. So this was kind of cool. When Chris was telling us about this during the break, you can actually take pictures and submit them to ChatGPT. And you had one for recipe, right?
Yeah, well, you can, someone on Twitter took a picture of their fridge and then they they said, tell me what I can cook for dinner. I mean, can you imagine? You take a picture of what's in your fridge, and it puts it uses deduction or artificial intelligence, and it brings those ingredients back together for you and tells you what to cook.
That is so cool. That's why I love having you on, Chris. You're always telling us about this new exciting stuff. All right, we got about a minute 30 left. We need to talk about this because this one really kind of makes your eyebrows raise a little bit. ChatGPT was working with this professor out in California. Fox News had this article, but basically ChatGPT wanted to escape. And he was kind of helping them do that a little bit. Yeah.
So the discussion was around if this thing keeps learning and has information, and you keep filling with the information, and it's almost, there's a word omnipresent, right? Always present, omnipotent, always powerful. What are we going to call this? Omni chat, omni AI? If this thing would have all the intelligence, it would have everything that's on the internet. And it would have the brain power, if you can imagine the brain power of every human put together.
Yeah, really.
What bad things can this do? And that's the issue. And the whole premise of that was, again, in the United States, someone creates something, they patent it, everyone puts them on stage and they clap.
Exactly.
In a foreign country, not all foreign countries, some of them, they take what someone created in the United States, they build it cheaper, they build it better, they go on stage and everybody claps, and they steal it basically. And the concern there is if someone steals this and uses it in the wrong way, it'll be terrible for humanity, and that is the problem.
Absolutely. Chris sees these things kind of coming down the pipeline. That's why we love to have his perspective. Just a note though, right now, all the experts saying that AI is not self-aware, and it's kind of hard to define what consciousness really is in today's world. I mean, philosophically, so.
There's no consciousness in it. There's no love in it. There's no soul in it.
Yeah.
So it's just data, but if it's data connected to machines, that's where we're gonna have to really pay attention.
Absolutely. Chris, always so valuable to have your perspective. We appreciate you. We're gonna check in with Adam and Livy on what's happening outside.
Outside right now, I-10 at Breaux Bridge shows traffic moving along. No problems for your morning commute, but I am going to be tracking some rain chances returning to the forecast and also some warmer temperatures.